Everybody. Okay, so jumping back into things not seen, Bobby was having this conversation with this lady, Sheila, about what happened to her the day she woke up and found herself to be invisible. Remember, she has the same kind of blanket as Bobby did. And so he's thinking this definitely has to do with how he disappeared. And Sheila talked about how she lived in her house for 3 days and didn't feel like she could talk to her parents about it. So sad. I asked her, why Florida? Why do you think? Ever try walking around naked in Denver in the wintertime? And I see why she went south. She took a plane, just rode a bus to Denver International Airport, found a flight that wasn't too full, and walked on. Sat up in first class and stole food from people who were sleeping. At a public access terminal in a Miami library, she found a cheap apartment and paid the deposit electronically. Didn't you have to sign papers or something, like in person? Honey, have you ever seen a Muslim woman completely covered in a black veil? That's what I did. No one even blinked. I wear it when I go grocery shopping too. There's a pretty good sized Islamic community around here. The only bad part is when I'm at the supermarket and another veiled woman comes over and starts yakking at me in Farsi or Urdu or something, and all I can do is nod and say salam. But other than that, it works great. For the past 3 years, she's been earning good money designing websites. She bought a fast computer that was delivered to her door, bought some good software, and learned how to use it. I had plenty of time, you know what I mean? And the internet, it's made for people like me, like us. You don't ever have to go outside if you don't want to. Yeah, we're finding out about that, aren't we? I find design jobs on the net. I work at home. I upload my projects over the net and I get paid by direct money transfer into my accounts. It works great. What about like friends? She laughs, but there's a hollow sound to it. You mean like a boyfriend? Not a chance. I didn't like men that much back when they could see me, and they didn't like me so much either. I used to miss hanging out with my girlfriends from back home, but I'm over it. I had a parrot for a while, but it died. So this is simpler. I do my own thing, and that's all there is to it. What about doctors and dentists and stuff like that? The only thing I worry about is if I get really sick. I had the flu last winter for about 2 weeks, and I almost thought I'd have to go to the hospital, but I just took a bunch of aspirin and toughed it out. How about if things ever got serious? I've thought about that. First, I would find a very rich woman doctor, the richer the better, and I'd walk into her offices wearing my black outfit. When we were alone, I would remind her that she is required to keep my condition a secret, and I would make her sign a promise of complete medical confidentiality. Then I would take off my veils, and if she ever broke her promise, I would sue her right down to her pantyhose. This lady is definitely a Greek warrior, only she's probably tougher than the guys were. So, no other friends? Two, both women, people I can trust, but that's enough. Never had all that many friends anyway. How about you? Kind of the same. At first, it was just my parents. Then I started talking to this blind girl. Interesting. I thought about that too. So, does she know? Yeah, but she's been great about everything, and her parents too. So, how long has it been for you? Less than a month? Uh huh, but I'm thinking there has to be a way to reverse it. At least that's what I'm working on. And now I found you. If we figure it out, you'll be the first to know. So you really think there's a way back? I hope so. Well, let me know, okay? Absolutely, I will. Hey kid, what's your name? Bobby. Bobby Phillips. It's nice to talk to you, Bobby. Yeah, it's good to talk to you too. I don't know what else to say. I'm about to sign off. Then she says, Bobby, you have to promise me something, okay? Sure. I mean, I guess so. What? I don't want you to tell anybody about me. Nobody. It's kind of too late. I already told Alicia. I told her I was going to call you. She's the blind girl. But she doesn't know anything else about me, right? Yeah. So keep it that way. Don't tell her. Tell her you couldn't reach me or something. Tell her I'm dead. Tell her whatever you want to. I I don't want to lie to her. She'll keep everything a secret if I ask her to. Easy for you to say. What if she decides she needs money 2 years from now and rats me out to some sleazy supermarket tabloid? Then what? Then I'm screwed, that's what. Alicia's not like that. Remember, she knows about me too. I trust her. But maybe that's because you're young and don't know any better. Or maybe you're stupid or something. I'm about to start shouting when she says, "Sorry, I don't mean to sound nasty about this, but I've had to move twice in the last 3 years because I thought I could trust some people. Things like that happen, and it makes you get pretty paranoid." Well, look, if you've got to tell this girl, then I can't stop you, but don't tell anybody else and make her promise to keep it a secret, okay? It's important. Do you understand? Yes. And you promise? I promise. And I know Alicia will too. Good. So, good luck. I hope everything works out the way you want it to. Thanks. Me too. And I'll get back in touch if there's any news. After I say goodbye, I flop onto my bed and look at the ceiling. I need to take stock of what I know. 3 years. She's been gone for 3 years. So this is not a temporary condition. That's one thing I know. This condition did have a specific cause, and the blanket is a part of it. I'm sure of that now. But the blanket's not all of it. If it was just the blanket causing this, then more people would have been affected. Then again, maybe more were, and we just haven't called them yet. And I know that it happened to Sheila on January 12th, 3 years ago in Denver, Colorado. And it happened to me February 23rd, both in winter. Duh, big coincidence. Winter is when you use an electric blanket. But still, I've got 2 locations, 2 blankets, and 2 dates, plus 2 invisible people. And lying there on my bed, tracing the maze of cracks in the plaster on my ceiling, I face a fact. What I've actually got is only slightly more than nothing. The next chapter is called First Class Work. We'll find out what he does with all this information next time. Seems like there's something he should be able to do, right? I mean, he's starting to build up all of this data, but remember, he's on a time crunch because that lady from Children's Services is coming back in just a couple of days. Stay tuned. We'll find out what happens. Bye.